We're with Ryan Rishaug now, and Ryan, Kris Knoblauch waited until game day to announce his starting goalie. He's sticking with Stuart Skinner. What do you make of both the decision and the fact he waited to announce Skinner?
Yeah, I think it's playoff time. So why would you tell the LA Kings a day in advance? To be honest with you, I think there's some simple strategy in that. I don't believe though, Sarah, it's because they weren't sure. I think that it was always going to be Stuart Skinner in this game. My guess would be they were sitting in the coach's office after the game, probably not feeling like there was a lot of doubt. That's an assumption on my part. But for me, I said immediately after the game, go back to Stuart Skinner. So Stuart Skinner, the organization views as their starting netminder. Calvin Pickard, they view as an excellent backup. This is not a 1A, 1B scenario, Sarah. And in a 1A, 1B scenario, you could make a case to go to Calvin Pickard in this game tonight. But the organization believes that Stuart Skinner is the guy that over the long haul of a playoff run can get you to Game 7 of a Stanley Cup final. They believe that because he did it last year. Pickard has not done that. So I think, you make decisions differently when you have a player you believe is your starting goaltender. And I think the reason Stuart Skinner gets to start tonight is because he is viewed to be their starter, and it's too soon to pull the rug out from underneath your starter. By the way, equal save percentage to what the guy at the other end had, and I would submit that Kemper let in the worse goals than Skinner did. So it wasn't a perfect night, but this does make sense to me, Sarah.
Right. I feel like there will be fewer goals tonight on both sides. Now, Another key lineup note for the Oilers, Evander Kane returning tonight. So what do you think we can expect from Kane in his first game in almost a year?
Yeah, so fascinating that he's coming back here 10 plus months off, and they're dropping him right into their top six. Right onto the second line you go, Evander Kane. This tells me Kris Knoblauch has liked what he's seen in practice from Evander Kane, who's been practicing and getting ready forever. The danger here is that, you put a guy in your top six, and he'll play with Ryan Nugent-Hopkins and Zach Hyman tonight. And you would understand if a guy came back after 10 months and maybe the hands weren't working, or maybe a little bit of the yips here and there, or just struggle a little bit, right? Well, it'd be a lot safer to let a guy work through it on, say, the third or fourth line, where you're not out there against the Kempis and Kopitars of the world, right? You can kind of hide a guy and see where he's at. Nope, not Kris Knoblauch, not with Evander Kane. They're dropping him right into the top six. They want to give him a chance to hit the ground running. The one thing about Evander Kane, Sarah, the guy he's a phenomenal athlete. He has come back off long layoffs before. When the Oilers first got him, he hadn't played a game. And actually was pretty effective in his first 10, 15 games back after that long layoff. So he has a history of having done this before. He's a fantastic athlete. But can he handle playoff action in a top six role in his first game in this long? They're banking that answer is yes, but it's going to be fascinating to see how he looks out there, how he functions, how the hands are, the timing, all those little things, Sarah. Be really interesting to see where he picks things up.
It does, yeah. And clearly Knoblauch has confidence in where he's putting him. Now, between the regular season and playoffs, Kane racked up 28 goals last year. So we'll see if he can keep up with the speed of playoff hockey after the long break.